Good morning, traders. We're going to go ahead and get started here so we can jump in and kind of look at the chart before the market opens. Let's see if we can have a look here, kind of in a little drive up. I'm going to take this over to the 1 hour so we can get a bigger picture on a bigger time frame. Excuse me, you can see we got some 1 hour trend lines overhead, 4 hour and a 1 hour. We got a green 1 hour, 4 hour down here. And then we got some precision entry zones here. This 1 hour is from 800 to 810. This overhead zone is from 960 to 970. And then we got one up here from about 40 to 50. And then this lower one down here is from about 55 to 65. Right now I'm going to be paying attention to this box at the top from 70 to 60, 970 to 960. And then this 1 hour box here, see if they try to sweep this low and get through this trend line and tag this 4 hour zone down here. That'll be kind of what I'm paying attention to at the open of the market. And drop this back down to the 1 minute. I hope my mic is good and that you can hear fine. Good. Okay. Take that down. Let's see what we're working with here. At the open, I would like to see maybe them try to come down and test this low back here, about 796, 795, maybe somewhere in this zone, maybe 800 to 810 would be a nice pickup for entry. Long. If they keep driving this up, we got that golden pivot at 922, and then that 4 hour box here. Let's see what they do at the open. See if they try to spike it. Or if they're going to try to draw it down first. See what the ATR is at. Sit on my hands and wait. Did a little bit of trading in last night and did okay in some accounts. Got a couple that are red. Tried to make it up this morning. Got some of it back, but still in the red a little bit. About $130 or so. So I'm going to try to get these accounts into the green. These Tradeify selects. And then move forward from there. I'd like to pull them out of the green and put, 200-300 in them maybe. Maybe 5 if we can pull it off somehow. They're getting close to being passed, so I'd like to get them to a certain point today so that tomorrow maybe I can get them passed. If they could draw this down in this precision entry zone down here, that would drain the kill zone indicators off. Should anyway, pretty good for maybe a good bounce because they are all overbought. And surely they'd be in the oversold range if they come back down here and tested this area. So I'm going to kind of wait and sit on my hands for this little area right here, I think. Got about 3 minutes to go before the market opens. Make sure you're calm, no emotion. Maybe got some game plans already together for what you can see on the chart. Make sure there ain't any nerves in you. Nervous that the market's about to open. It's just another day. Act like maybe they want to drive down here in 3 minutes here and tag this. It's already drained the kill zone down on the 1 and the 2 pretty good. The 5 is still above the 50-yard line. Question is, if they do draw this down, instead of protecting this low, they may sweep it and tag its trend line, that 1 hour trend line right there. It's a possibility for sure. Who knows? We'll see here in just a couple minutes. Right now we got about 1 minute 30 seconds to go before the market open. Got about 30 seconds left to go here. Of course, the overall market bias has been bearish. Seems like with every pop, there's a drop. So if you're a trader that trades long and short, you got to be really precise on what your long entries are going to be. And your short entries should be precise, but they could be a little mix because you could always average in, I guess, if you need to. Knowing that it's probably going to go back down the way the market's been.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
About 50 points of range right now on the open. Not a whole lot. ATR is about 28.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled. Order canceled.
Still a lot of indecision here. We got 813 to about 883, so about 70 points of range. Still going to leave these orders sitting down here just in case. We've been so bearish lately that wouldn't be surprised if they try to take us down. Although the overhead trend line's way up there, around 25,000, 150 points away, but we're under this 4-hour zone and we're under the 50 EMA, and they're all, tied together. All them EMAs there, all tangled and webbed together. Excuse me. If it's breaks to one side, or let's say it breaks to the downside, I might need to cancel them orders and be paying attention to that 4-hour zone down in the 700 area. But I would think initially we would get some kind of bounce from the 800 whole number and the trend line there. So I'll leave them there for now. Really depends on how it gets there. If it got there with some speed, like dropped hard, we might get the bounce. But if it trickles down here real slow, then might be out the window. The ATR on the 1 minute is about 30. I need to get another good trade in these Tradeify selects. I already got one in the green. One of them's just $1.50 in the red now. So now I need to put some more green in them. The move would be for them to tag these orders here and then bounce real hard for me, is what I'm looking for. And then I can rotate out of those accounts onto the next. Here we go. Might get picked up here.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order canceled.
I don't know what just happened there, but that didn't work out too good. Maybe we test this 4-hour zone here, maybe. Wow. Now the system is lagging, like always. What in the world? I put an order in there and it never hit the screen and sucked up. See, there it is. I would have caught that whole move right there. Wow. I just put in another order and could have caught that right there. Oh my. I can see it's going to be one of those days. That put me red in one of my accounts. So now we're going to have to log out, and I'm going to try to log back in and see if I can, what can happen. I guess it's where the market's moving so fast. Might be the issue. Maybe I should have had my orders front running instead of putting them in so fast. Sometimes that's part of it, I guess. See if we can get things back up and running here. That's too bad that that had to happen like that. Could have been out of those accounts. Oh, what's this we got going on here? This is my Tradeify account. I guess it, one of my Tradeify accounts was still in. They act like they want to keep pushing this up. It's undecisive here. Leg up or leg down. They sucked that down pretty hard just a minute ago. That's why I only got one MNQ, because this is looking kind of tricky here.
Order filled. Order cancel.
Act like they want to take it down some more. Excuse me. You know, they break this 4-hour zone right here. They may try to take it down to this S1 pivot down here.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. 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 Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order filled.
ATR is about 40. Got to watch for them to reject again up here in this area at this 4-hour zone. Got one more of these Tradeify selects that I need to get out of the, or into the green real good here. What a knife.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
It's not really what we want here.
Order filled.
They need to protect that right there.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Come on, push. Push. They need to push this back up. Come on, push this back up. Push, push, push. You can do it. Push it. Come on, push, push.
Order fell.
There you go. Keep pushing.
Order submitted.
Keep pushing.
Order fell.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. It's hard to trust what it's going to do here.
Order fell. Order
All
canceled.
right. So I got that one back in the green as well. I still need to try to do a little better in it. So try to trade it a time or two more. See here if I can scalp something out of this. This craziness. It's ATR's 40 on a 1 minute. Oh, let's switch this over to the 15-minute real quick. We're going to put us in our 15-minute orb and see what that looks like. Which is this candle here. 8:45. 8:45. All right. This is our opening range. Switch this back over to the 1 minute. So we got our opening range and it lands inside a 4 hour and pierced the 4 hour up here. Now we're going to see if we can break this opening range to one side or the other. It seems like here lately they're all breaking to the downside. Here and there we have one take out the top, but we're just not in that bullish trend. We're still about mid-range of the opening range. So it could be either way. You know, it could take the top, it could take the bottom. They ought to decide here in the next 10 minutes, I'd say. It looks like they might try to take this to the top, but it might reject again because everything will be overbought pretty heavy on the 1, 2, and 5 minute. Got the buy signal on the 1 minute, it looks like. That might be the charge that it takes to get up there to the top of the orb. Thing is like I said, we could reject up in here. There's a whole lot of resistance in this area, as you can see with all this chop that we had. You know, and then if they do break out of the orb, you got to watch say we break the orb, then you got to watch out for something like this right here is a sweep just out of the top of the box. So, you know, it's you got to be careful with that. If all the indicators are overbought and looking pretty rough, sometimes I would think, you know, we might get the rejection, the sweep up in the here. Then you got the golden pivot there, which is another 25 points or so. Here we go. It looks like they're going to try to make their move. So the best play here is going to be if it breaks the orb, wait for the retest of the orb for the bounce, or front load shorten this right here in this box. I mean, there's many different plays to play here. I think I'm going to sit out for a minute and not touch this. Or try to shorten this box maybe. I think if they do push, they might sweep and hit that other precision entry zone we just put on. Although if they can break above this 4-hour box and break the orb, I don't know, they'd have to break above this one here from 885 to 895 for me, I think. And then if they do break all this, you know, maybe a first reaction short to the golden pivot, maybe. It might not even get to the golden pivot quite. Looks like they swept the orb in our precision entry zone at the top here. Immediate rejection. And a good 10 points already, or better. Just if you would have front loaded right there, almost 20 points. 20 points right there. Yep, going for 30. That was a good play right there. Very good play. I guess I should have front loaded myself. Now, since they swept there, are they going to hold this and take it up, or are they going to drive this down out of the bottom of this orb? Would be the question on the table. Or are they going to bounce it here? It's like they might try to drive this up.
Order fell. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Let's see if we can get another drop like we did a minute ago. I'm going to go to the top of this zone though. Come on. Come on. Tag it. There we go. That was a nice little play there. You look at that rejection there and then look back here on this chart. It was right here. That's why I said it might not ever get to the golden pivot. First, it's got to beat all this resistance. And first reaction, people are going to be like, no, we don't want it to go up no more. So we're going to hit it short again. Then it goes down, going to bounce back up. So really, if we can bust through that golden pivot, we need to be watching 945 to 950 area up in here where that next leg was. Although they may not, we just need to see how they treat this here. They may not get above the golden pivot. Our EMAs are starting to stack up, looking good down here, crossing over the 50. If they can get in line and fan out, then we might have something here with this push up. Looks like they're going towards previous day close, which looks like 955 maybe. I'm not sure if that's right or not. I don't have them lines on my chart anymore. I used to. Let me see if I can put those back on. Prior day, open, high, close. Prior open, prior high, low, close, apply. Okay. Where's my data box at? Oh, there it is. Prior close 29.37. Look at that hard rejection off of there. From that golden pivot, 919. That was another 30 points, pretty easy. Low, 937. No prior close. That prior high close being right above that golden pivot by about 15 points or so. Could be a sweep of the golden pivot for rejection as well. Probably gonna shut the stream down here in about 15 minutes, I think. Sometimes just talking through these charts and talking out loud and walking through it can help the mental frame and emotion and seeing things clearer than just thinking about it in your head while you're watching the chart.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Getting to that prior day close. Got another 4-hour zone up here. Seems like this 4-hour zone up here is going to be one that's hard to break. Possibly they did a lot of chopping around and topping out inside that box right there. You see all these candles, candle wicks to the top side, so you should think that you'd get a first reaction short out of this box. Although it looks like maybe it's just going to sweep the previous close, prior day close, and see what it does with that. Swept it and was a good 35-point move. 25.
Order filled. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order filled. Order canceled.
All right, I'm going to close down the live right here, I think, and we'll see you guys in Discord.